Today we're going to be doing some chess for you to fall asleep to. I'm going to be walking you through all of my moves and my thought process before each move. We're going to be taking our time through each section of the move so that you can hopefully fall asleep to. So just kick back, relax, grab your pillow, and let's do this. So, typically with white, we're going to start with our e5 pawn. But today we're going to do the queen's pawn. Move it up. Oh, he's playing fast. That's good. So, now what we can do is move our bishop out, develop our pieces. So we'll move it to this f4 square. Can I get back out onto the map? Now that he's moved his knight, what we can do is we could develop our b knight onto this square, coming for this fork. Okay, so let's go ahead and attempt the fork like we wanted, attacking this pawn. So we feel like the early attack is good. So now, at this point, we can run our queen or bishop up, attacking the queen, just gets taked. We could run it back. We could trade. We could also go back and trade. Or we could trade the knight. I would say that a knight for a bishop is typically a good trade. And it puts him in check. He can take with his pawn. Alright. So, at this point, then let's just continue to develop. Let's get the knight onto the board. That way we're getting ready for our attacks. Okay, so he develops out with this pawn. So it neglects my ability to attack the queen now that the knight is here to protect. So what I think is next, we'll just develop the pawn so then we can develop out the knight. It's typically good to develop pieces. Then it allows us to castle a little bit further out. I guess the only other concern, it's not a concern. We don't even need to talk about it. It's not even a concern. So move to e3, pawn, and let's see what he wants to do. He can't really develop any pieces because he's blocking. He could develop this piece. Moves the pawn forward. So what we could do at this point is just move the bishop back. It's really our only move because we can't just lose the bishop for free. It's typically not good to lose pieces for free. So you can either push this pawn, attacking my knight. You can push this pawn with the idea to push the pawn again to kill the bishop. Move the knight. Yes, that's what he's doing. So I believe what I do here is move this pawn up. Or is there a better way to do this? Let's calculate. Because if I take with the knight, he just takes with his queen. So let's actually just move it up one square. Keep the integrity of the pawns if I want a castle. So So now if he moves forward, we just move back one. But now he has this super aggressive pawn structure, which could be good for him. Pushing more pawns forward. Calculating. So I think we stick to our plan of developing pieces. I'm going to try to get the pieces developed furthest into his territory that we can. Okay. So possibly this was a mistake. Because now he can just take the bishop for free. Let's do this though. So we'll block. This allows him to take the bishop for free. So then we'll take his pawn. We could take another pawn here. And then if he doesn't do anything, we take a pawn there. And then he takes. Alright, so then he takes a pawn. It's to be expected. Let's move the bishop. Oh no, it's this guy. So let's go aggressive. Take. I have to move. So we can still come back from this. We didn't want to move the queen into position, because then we just lose the rook for free. Then we'd get check. We'd have to move the king, lose the other rook. It'd be a sad day. So let's see what we're going here. The opponent is playing nice and slow, which is good. Because we're really taking it right now. Alright, so now he moves his king to threaten our bishop. Let's see if we can make any moves out of this. It also protects this pawn of his. It's a good move. Is there anything I can do here? Any crazy moves? We could attack the queen with the rook. Let's do that. Just get right up in there. Can't take anything. All he can do is retreat. Can't retreat there. He can go here. Okay. So now, do we continue to attack the queen? I think so. Play really aggressive. We're playing from behind, so we kind of got to make it happen. This is almost a fair trade though. This is 8 points of material. Let's move him over again. And now he can take. Shoot. But now we can take his rook with this fork, because that's check. Take there. So that's something. Only down by 1. So now he moves down. So is there any reason I can't just take here? Is that not just winning? calculate. So then he can move the bishop. He can move the queen. There's no way to check the king though. Pin him. Let's take. Now he moves the king. Let's calculate. We can move the queen onto the second line, protecting the rook, and then potentially allowing the stack, the triple stack. Let's do it. So the king can't take. We could potentially get this knight back into the game. Well, I don't necessarily want to trade a queen and a rook for just a queen. So let's retreat tactically the rook. I think it's a good position there. See, sometimes you get impatient and you make plays that aren't great. That's what our opponent has done here. So if you're playing along with me, just remember that. Remember to take your time. You're not in any rush. I think we get this knight back into the game. Let's do it. Because the concern is if I move the king here to try to get the rook out, he just moves the queen up, checking me. I don't really want to move any pawns because then he can take. Then I take, ruining my whole pawn structure. Well, let's just try it. Oh, no, actually, he's blocked it. By moving the king here, now he can't check. So we'll move up. Go for the triple stack. So where does he want to go next? You can go here, you go here, here, or take. So we'll move over one. So at this point, I am up 2 points of material. So I think it's a good thing to trade the queens. And let's check him. See what he does. So really right now we just need him to retreat. We can push a pawn, attacking. Let's push a pawn. And come here. Go there. Go up. Go out. Come here. Can't do that. So typically I don't love moving only one square. But that's what we're going to do. Go for the stack. Oh, we go for the trade, actually, since he moved it in. So he's playing a little bit fast, which he has 5 minutes. He doesn't necessarily need to play this fast. All right, then we'll move back. We're going to attempt to get most of our pieces off of the light squares, just so this bishop can't do what he's doing here. Let's move it. Go for the stack. And then what we could actually do next is move this pawn. Oh, let's go for the trade. And then we'll pre-move this. Go to the corner. Because I can move a lot faster than this king. Take. Here. take. Start moving the pieces up. Move the rook over. Yeah, it's over. All right, so that's our first game. So we made some blunders, some mistakes, but that's all part of it. If you're not asleep yet, then I don't know how that game didn't bore you to death, if I'm being honest. But let's play another one. That's only 15 minutes. Next one. Okay, so we seem to have some success with the D1.